Welcome to Creative Living, where we help you live your most creative life. I'm your host, Jane Klaus. Well, today we're talking about summer fun and ways to travel for less. But before we get into all the details, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. Hacks to save you stress and money when you travel this summer. And getting your pet some much needed exercise. Plus, we talk with author Tricia Huffman about finding your path in life. That and much more coming up on Creative Living. We know everyone loves a good hack, especially when they can save you some money. So we talked to an expert on the best summer travel hacks to save you some cash and some worries.
Hi, I'm Michelle Donati with AAA Arizona. I'm here today to share with you some travel hacks that'll help you save some money this summer. Tip number 1, flexibility is key. Plugging in a certain date and then changing it to others when you're booking airfare, you can see that you can save considerable amount of money just by moving and playing around with your dates. And so some people are very locked in, right? They can only travel these dates, they only want to go to these destinations. But if you're flexible, not only with your date, but also the time of year you're traveling and your location, you can stand to save whether you're traveling solo, you're traveling as a couple, or if you're traveling with a family. Tip number 2, book early, but revisit prices later. Typically, you want to book as early as possible, but you should also revisit prices later. And that's because people tend to get a better deal when they book further out, but sometimes travel tours or companies will adjust prices later. In which case, if you find that the price is lower, you can go back and ask if they're willing to adjust that travel price. In many cases, they will be, but it never hurts to ask, because the very worst case, they could say no, but in the very best case, they could say, yes, we'll refund you the difference. Tip number 3, bundle and save. So when you are pricing out a trip, oftentimes people will book or price out one thing at a time. Airfare, hotel, rental car. But what they often don't do is bundle these things together. There might be a free rental car if you book the hotel and airfare together. Looking for hotels that offer things like a free breakfast. That's one free meal every day that your family's going to get. That's one less meal you're going to have to pay for every single day. It's going to help you save money over the course of, say, a week or even a weekend-long vacation. Tip number 4, seek out added value. It never hurts to ask for a discount. When you're going to book, you can often plug in that you're a AAA member. You'll get special rates and prices based on that. But if you're a part of any other professional affiliation or membership, it never hurts to ask and see what savings are available. Tip number 5, look for last-minute deals. Oftentimes, people will wait till the last minute to book. They're looking for those last-minute savings that can pay off. Other times it doesn't, or it means you're going to get a flight that has 2 stops or 2 layovers as opposed to a non-stop flight. So if you're one of those people who like to wait till the last minute, know that that can pay off. Some people really like that when it comes to travel, but other people like to have things pretty locked down in the weeks leading up to their trip. For more travel tips and information, visit our website.
There are lots of new cars hitting the market this year, and lucky for us, Autotrader has examined the new crop and picked the best. Executive editor Brian Moody is here to reveal some that are on the list. Hey, Brian.
Hey, thanks for having me. There are lots of cool cars on the list and lots of variety as well.
And so talk about how you started compiling this list.
Well, what we do is we get a bunch of cars together and a variety of people, editors for Autotrader, drive them and use them in their everyday life. So we put gas in them, we go to the car wash, we go to the grocery store, we go to the carpool, and we park them in our garage. And all of those things add up to a scoring system, and then we sort of eliminate the ones that we just don't like. And then we're left with sort of a group of ones that we all kind of do like, and that's usually more than 10 cars. And then we vote from there and like kind of get it down to 10 cars.
I love it. I took a sneak peek at the list, so let's get to it. A lot of people still opting for gas-powered cars, but tell us, is there a pure electric car on the list?
Yes, we put the Genesis GV60 on our list. It's a pure electric car. It's a luxury compact SUV, and it is fully electric. Now, Genesis builds both gasoline-powered and electric cars, and quite honestly, both are great. Whichever Genesis you get is going to be a terrific car. But the electric GV60 is especially good. They did a good job of making it feel like something special. It's got a nice interior. It's a reason that you would buy the car more than just that it's electric. It's a desirable car no matter how it's powered.
Now, one of the cars that I feel like is always on the list, and it's been popular since it launched in 1997, is the Honda CR-V. Why did it make the list?
Well, it's a combination of things, really. One, it's the type of vehicle that Americans want. So small to mid-size SUVs, those things just sell like hotcakes. If you look back a few years in automotive history, cars like the Honda Accord and Toyota Camry were the best-selling cars in the country. Well, now, from those respective brands, their small SUVs are the best-selling ones. So it's a combination of value, reliability, and just popularity. So when you take all those things and add it together, plus the resale value of a Honda, that's why the CR-V is on our list.
There is an SUV on the list with a luxury refresh. Tell us about that one.
Yes, that's true. A lot of people think of Hyundai as primarily a bargain brand, and that's somewhat true. They are cars with good value. But the Hyundai Palisade is something else altogether. It's a 3-row midsize SUV. If someone covered up the badges and the logos and put you in it, you'd probably think it was a luxury SUV. It's just that good. So that's on our list for a variety of reasons: resale value, features, and also its luxury vibe, even though it doesn't quite have a luxury price tag.
And finally, let's talk about the car that made hybrids popular.
Well, I would say that this car made hybrids even a thing at all in the US. And here's the fun thing about the Prius is most people think of it as it's just a commuter car. It gets great gas mileage, I think 55 miles per gallon or so. And that's all true. But this year with the redesign, it looks much more sophisticated, much more sleek. And it actually includes little Easter eggs, we call them, little hidden features like the way Prius is written, or a little inscription somewhere. It's a little bit more Tesla-like, even though I don't think those cars compete, but there could be someone who's looking at a Prius that can't afford a Tesla, and they're gonna get a Prius instead because they want the reliability.
I love that. This list is fantastic, Brian. Great information as usual. And if you would like the full list of Autotrader's best cars of 2023, just head to autotrader.com. If you want to stay home this summer, there are a lot of family activities to keep the kids engaged. Here's a few ideas. Create a scavenger hunt around the neighborhood. Host a backyard Olympics with different obstacle courses, or set up a camp and make s'mores. But before you grab those marshmallows, just wait. Let's see what's coming up next on the show. A simple way to get your dog some much needed exercise. And a unique way to look at the things you want out of life from author Tricia Huffman. Is your dog chewing things that it shouldn't, or is it hyperactive? It may be that your pooch just needs some exercise, and that's where Run Buddy Mobile comes in. This mobile dog gym can help your furry friends get healthy and happy.
All dogs were bred to do a job, and it's one of the aspects of their life that they miss. Most people walk their dog around the block and think that's enough, but it never engages the dog's mind, so the dog is lacking mental stimulation. So when the dogs are working out on the non-motorized treadmill, there's a level of focus and almost like triggers them into work mode. Even though it's not the job they were bred to do, it's still a job to them, and we see the effects across all breeds. No matter what they were bred to do, they just really enjoy having a job. My name is David Lopez, and I'm the owner and creator of the world's first mobile dog gym, Run Buddy Mobile. Run Buddy Mobile is a climate-controlled mobile dog gym, and we customize the fitness session according to your dog's current abilities and their goals. So we're able to adjust the workouts for high-energy dogs, overweight dogs, senior dogs, pre and post surgery. We also do a lot of work with reactivity and aggression. We donate a portion of every run to running dogs at shelters and rescues, and we really see the effects on being able to not only rehabilitate the dog's body, but to get their mind right, to allow them to then show them true selves, get them adopted, and in hopes of not being returned, which is a huge issue in rescue. So stage one is just getting the dog introduced to the treadmill, making sure that they're comfortable and open to learning. And then you'll see a dog, stage two, start kind of pick up the pace, start kind of looking around, and then that's where we try to figure out what triggers the dog. We're not there to bribe the dogs, we're there to build up the dog's mental confidence. And then we get to stage three, like you're gonna see with Ocho, where he's just booking at full speed. The fitness session is customized to every single dog, so it's not like one dog likes squeakers, you're not gonna squeak it in a dog that doesn't like it. You're gonna move on and use the other tools in your bag. It's a different level of cardio that you reach when it's a structured workout. I often compare it to riding your beach cruiser around the block with your family, or going to a spin class where it's structured and there's somebody screaming at you or cheering you on to go faster. It uses a different set of muscles, so we reach a different level of fitness, especially focused on building up their back, legs, and hips, which will help promote long-term mobility in a dog, something that doesn't happen on a flat ground walk because dogs were just simply not designed to walk at our pace as their only form of exercise.
We have a very high energy dog, as you will see, and he needs a lot of exercise. We just recently had him at the vet for his checkup, and the vet was amazed. They did all his testing with his blood and everything, and looked at his weight and everything, and they said he's in incredibly good shape. And we actually gave a plug to Run Buddy, because we said, I'm telling you, it's this Run Buddy that we do every other week. He's just, it's really helped him in every aspect of his life. We have recommended to every friend, family, anybody who will listen to us. We are a poster child for this company. We can't say enough.
If you're interested in booking or reading a little bit more about Run Buddy Mobile, you can check us out at runbuddy.com.
Another trip to consider this summer is to visit a national park in your area. There are 424 national park sites, so you have many choices to fit your family. Now don't go anywhere, we've got more to come on Creative Living. How to get rid of the shoulds in your life and celebrate the wants. And we take a trip to Parker, Arizona to see all that this town has to offer.
Do you feel like your path in life isn't exactly where you want it to be? Are you letting your wants go unchecked? Well, here to talk to us about this is author, vlogger, and podcaster, Trisha Huffman. Hi, Trisha.
Hi.
I feel like you're stirring up a lot of emotions with this conversation about your path in life isn't where you want it to be. You have a book, and it's called F the Shoulds, Do the Wants. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so it's a really simple idea that's very deep, and that's something that I apply every single day. It's really seeing that we're a lot of times unconsciously stumbling through life following the shoulds and what we think the world wants from us or what we've been told to be and do. And so I have you narrow in on the word should, but then looking at all of your choices, thoughts, and feelings through this lens so that you can figure out, what do I want and why do I want it? So that you're showing up in your life every single day, clear on who you are, what you want, and why you want it, instead of just following life based on shoulds and here, do this, do that, because you're really not going to be fulfilled when you're following everyone else's shoulds.
I feel like this idea, this concept can really help everybody, no matter who you are. Tell us about you. What was the catalyst for writing this book?
So the catalyst was, I thought I was living my dream life, and I was living my dream life, but my dad passed away suddenly, and it shook me up more than I ever could have expected, and it made me want to walk around the street and shake people. I was like, I know that life is hard. There's a lot of things going on that are unfair, and you could die tomorrow. So wake up and live your life, be alive today. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I gave up my dream life, which was I was a touring sound engineer working with Grammy award-winning artists. I loved it. But I just knew I had to do something to shake people up. And the only idea I got was to give up the word should, and it made no sense to me because I didn't think I lived a life of shoulds. But when I actually focused on that word, I was shocked at how much it tried to come out of my mouth, and it also was running like all the thoughts in my mind. So I really committed, and I wouldn't let myself use the word, and then I was like, well, what else do I say here? What should? And I realized 95% of the time, the best word to replace it was want, and it changed everything because the shoulds have us looking outside of ourselves, like, give me my answer. And the want, I was constantly coming back to me. What do I want?
You talked a little bit about that voice inside. So how important is it for all of us to listen to that voice inside, to live the life that we want?
I think it's everything because, again, like, what is the point of going through this life when you're just doing these things to try to be accepted by other people when really the work is to be accepting ourselves? I mean, right, we hear so many stories of people who are retired and looking back at their life and the regrets and all of that. Like, what is most important is for you to be living the life you want and to make the choices that you are happy about, not what other people may think about it or you.
Yeah. So you moved from your dream career of being a touring sound engineer for Grammy-winning artists to creating this Joyology, which I love. Do you think that there's a common thread between Grammy winners and stay-at-home moms when it comes to finding happiness?
Yeah, you maybe wouldn't think so, but yeah, and that's the Joyologist term came from, I went and created a role that was then supporting those same artists on the tour so that they could enjoy their life and the success they had. And so now, yes, I still work with those people and stay-at-home moms, and our lives might look a lot different, but the human condition is the same. We all have these doubts, these fears. We all are unconsciously like, what do people think about me? What's the right choice? What are all of that? And so really, even though our lives are so different, what we deal with on the inside is the same. So really everything in the book and that I share is for every single person. And again, it doesn't matter what you have, what you look like, how much money you have. What matters is how you feel about yourself and the choices you're making every day.
Trisha, such great advice. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you would like a copy of Trisha's book, just head to her website.
Stay with us. We've got much more coming up right here on Creative Living. A trip to a place where the recreation revolves around the Colorado River. If summer fun is on the agenda this year, then the town of Parker should be one of your destinations. Situated on the Colorado River, visitors have a long list of outdoor activities to enjoy.
Welcome to Parker, Arizona, the heart and soul of Arizona's West Coast. My name is Mary Hamilton. I'm the Executive Director for Parker Regional Chamber of Commerce and Tourism. Well, Parker, Arizona has been around since 1908. It was carved out of the Colorado River Indian tribes. Parker is about 150 miles west of Phoenix, on the border of California and Arizona. Our area is the outdoor active lifestyle for boating and off-roading. And we feature year-round activities because our winter weather is so beautiful. And then in the summertime, it is hot, but we've got water. The Colorado River is the lifeblood to Parker, Arizona. We have beautiful, pristine water. It's clear. It's awesome to swim in. We have recreational skiing, wakeboarding. Parker, Arizona is not only known for our exquisite boating community, but we have the best off-roading in the country as well. We have Best in the Desert that comes here for the Parker 425. It's 425-mile racing. We have the Parker 250, which features the motorcycles and side-by-sides, which is really gaining popularity. It's a tradition, it's culture, it's what we do. Here in Parker, we have dirt and water, so we have boating and off-roading, and we're really good at both. If you want to experience something that the locals do, we're here at Fox's Resort on the Parker Strip. This is a very popular local drinking establishment, restaurant, and RV park, but it also is really rich in history. It's the first floating dock bar on the Colorado River, and it's 70 years old this year.
My name's Nicole. I am a bartender here at Fox's. I've been here about 8 years. We have bands every weekend. We have the best food on the river. John, our chef, has been here 6 years. He makes great food. Most of it is from scratch. We have a smoker. We smoke chicken and ribs every weekend. The burgers are the best.
It's a great place to bring the kids, safe. They love their tubing, right? And jet skiing, water skiing, boating, floating. Yeah, it's a great place to do all of it.
One of our most popular places to stay is the Blue Water Resort and Casino. That is owned by the Colorado River Indian Tribes. It's a beautiful establishment. It has 200 rooms that all face the water. They have boat docks. They have a wakeboard park, which is all cable driven, so you don't have the fumes of a wakeboard boat. So if you wanted to come out and do some wakeboarding, you could do that without a boat. There's about 5 restaurants within the establishment, a couple of different great big bars inside. There's a cantina outside and an amphitheater for amazing concerts. So that is a way to stay in the Parker area. The Parker brand is about the river life, and the river life is just that, relaxed, beachy, music, boating, friendships, socializing. It's just a very social, interactive community. And I don't care if you're from Tucson or LA or anywhere around the world, you're always going to be welcome here in Parker. A lot of times people say, oh, we've passed through Parker, or I know I go by Parker. I'm just asking you to give Parker an overnight chance and let us grow on you. You're always going to be welcome here in Parker. We know that once you come for a weekend, you'll return for a lifetime. For more information, you can visit our website at parkeraz.org.
Thank you so much for joining us right here on Creative Living. I'm Jane Klaus. Have a great summer, everybody. Have some fun, and we'll see you next time.